And I want to say one thing in closing, based on what you both spoke about at the end. So this is not a critique of the New York Times or the Forward or of anything either of you said tonight. But I have a different perspective, and I just want to share it with everybody here tonight, which is this is actually much, much more simple than we think. There's nothing complicated about it. All the complexities have actually fallen to the wayside. October 7th is evidence that, 3,000 people were sent in to annihilate the Jewish people, to rape, pillage, behead, burn to death Jews for being Jews. And the leaders of the movement that initiated the war said multiple times publicly that they would do it over and over and over again. There's nothing more simple than that. Now, going back to the historical question of Jewish independence, the Jewish homeland, is a much longer conversation. Judging which side is wrong or which side is right is something that every person can judge for themselves. What we can't judge subjectively is facts. The Hamas sent 3,000 people to annihilate and murder Jews, women, children at a music rave. They raped them. They burned them to death. They put them in ovens. They went into rooms and threw grenades into children. They slaughtered kids. They took women on motorcycles back and raped them and continue to do so and have these people in their basements. The population of Gaza is not demonstrating against Hamas. The Islamic world hasn't stood up against Hamas. The Muslim leaders in this country mostly have not come out to condemn Hamas. The leaders of the Arab world have not come out to condemn Hamas. Thank God America is a sane country. Some European countries are still sane. That is the fact. It's very simple, very, very difficult for all of us normal people to accept. And the frustration of why the women's groups who claim to be for women and the maybe Black Lives Matter groups that claim to be for certain minority groups or certain blacks haven't made the statement. The frustration I think that a lot of us are having is the hypocrisy, the terrible hypocrisy that in this instance, these groups that claim to fight for these underdogs, for the minorities, for people, a 1-year-old baby, 25-year-old woman, Holocaust survivors, have been silent. So how much more simple? Let me finish, please, if you don't mind.
It's just
if you don't mind, can I finish? I promise I'll let you speak. So it's just the where I'm disagreeing with you respectfully is to call this complex. I think most people in this room are very intelligent. It's not complex. It's very simple. Now, if you want to go back to justifying it, or how did it come about, or what could possibly justify something like that to happen, that's the big narrative of Israel and the Palestinian population that lives in Israel and the two-state solution, all those questions. What happened on October 7th, thank God, unfortunately, but thank God, has shown the world the true color of what the people in Israel are dealing with. And unfortunately, it's spilled over to the world of what the Jewish people are dealing with. And hopefully, the more simple we can actually narrow in and focus in on it and understand what it is, the faster we're going to solve the problem. That's my opinion.